Hello everyone. So in today's video, we will discuss about product backlog in Scrum. We will understand what is a product backlog, what are some of its key attributes. We will also understand product backlog best practices using the deep properties. So let's start. So what is a product backlog? So product backlog is one of the key artifact in Agile Scrum process. In one of my earlier videos where I have defined a Scrum process using 4 threes. I have mentioned in that video that there are 3 key artifacts used in the Scrum process. We have user story, product backlog, and then we have sprint backlog. So backlog contains list of user stories that needs to be built into product. And backlog user stories are ordered as per their priority defined by PO. So product owner is solely responsible for managing the backlog, creating the user stories, defining their order, defining their priority. Now backlog is an evolving document. It is never final, unlike requirements document that we have seen in a traditional project. So we all are aware that in a traditional project we need to have a requirements document approved or signed off first before we start the design or even the implementation or coding part of it. But in case of Scrum process, backlog is an evolving document. That simply means that it will have a set of ready story which can be given to the team for the development, while the product owner and his own team works on the next set of user stories or next set of features. Now backlog is maintained by a product owner, and there are certain tools which can be used for creating the user stories, creating epics, creating themes, properly managing the backlog in an effective manner. So some of the tools are very handy, and some popular tools are we have Jira, version 1, Rally, and Microsoft TFS. There are many other tools in the market as well. Now this is a pictorial representation of what we have discussed. So we have a product owner, and his sole responsibility is to manage the backlog. And there are 3 sections which are shown in the diagram. So we have a green section which represents the ready and prioritized user stories. So these are the story which have been clearly defined, and which have been prioritized by the product owner. Then we have next section of WIP stories, I mean work in progress stories. So these are the stories which are currently in progress, or which the product owner and his team are currently working on. Then we have a placeholder section. So this section represents the user story which are not yet defined or which are low on priority. So like the name specifies, placeholder stories. Now the green section, I mean a chunk of the user stories can be given to the team based on their based on the user stories priorities, based on the team's capacity and the estimates provided by the team. So this is how a product backlog is depicted. I mean the upper section will always have the ready and high priority user story. Then we will have some sort of WIP stories, and then placeholder stories. So not necessarily all the product owners will maintain the backlog in same fashion. I mean this is just shown like what is how it is recommended, how a backlog is managed. Now let's understand deep properties of product backlog, like what are the key attributes of a good product backlog. So these key attributes are defined using the deep properties. So that simply says that backlog should be detailed, it must be estimated, it must be emergent, and it must be prioritized. So when we say that backlog is detailed, that simply means that the top set of user story which are ready as per the definition by product owner, they are clearly defined. I mean those have been discussed with the team, and any queries from the team, any questions, clarifications, those have been answered, and the acceptance criteria of the user stories has been agreed, right? So enough details have been provided for those set of user stories so the team can start development on those. Second point is estimated. So that simply means that user story which are ready, which has been discussed with the team provides their estimates, and these estimates are pretty important because the story estimates help the team in the sprint planning as well as in the release planning. PO can get an idea, I mean what are the set of user story which are planned for the first release, what are the set of user story which can be targeted for the upcoming releases. Third point, which we have already discussed, that backlog is an emerging document. It evolves. So it is not like for any Agile Scrum project we can expect from PO that backlog will be full and final. There will not be any changes in the backlog. So it never goes like this. So the product owner parallelly works on the backlog, keeps it ready, keeps it evolving, keeps it changing. And whenever for a large product the initial releases happen, customer also provides the feedback, and as a PO, his team, they incorporates the feedback. I mean, there will be new set of user stories written based on the feedback provided by the customer. Last attribute is prioritized. So that simply means the user stories in the backlog, they are prioritized as per the order, as per the priority defined by the product owner. So this is how we can, understand that a good product backlog should have these four properties. It must be detailed, estimated, emergent, and prioritized. So thanks everyone. I hope you like this video, and if you're new to this channel, please like and subscribe it. Thank you.